Hey.
Hey, Strong Marriage.
Ooh.
Nice to see all of you today here for Strong Marriage Live Podcast.
That's right. What's our topic today? Who are you?
I am Coach Tanisha, and this is my handsome husband.
I'm Coach Chris, your leadership coach.
Yes.
And you're a marriage coach.
Yes, I'm a marriage coach, and we're here to help you today.
I'm going to get my coffee because I want my coffee right now.
Go and get your drinks. All right. So welcome back to the podcast. And today we have a wonderful episode. We're talking about 5 powerful steps to forgiving past relationship mistakes and attracting lasting love. So if you have a single buddy, if you know someone who is believing God for a spouse,
a soulmate,
if you're looking for your soulmate, you want to share this episode with them. You want to tag them. You want to invite them. Do whatever you got to do on whatever media platform you're on.
That's right. We're here on Instagram. We're here on Facebook.
I don't think we're on Facebook.
We're not on Facebook? You're not on Strong Marriage?
We're not on Strong Marriage because...
Oh, my goodness.
We have a new and exciting community. So there will no longer be live streams into the free Facebook Strong Marriage group.
So we're just on TikTok and on Instagram and
YouTube. So
those poor people.
Those poor people, but that's okay because they can join the new community. Yes, and they can be mentored by 2 marriage mentors.
31 years.
Yes.
31 years.
So I think we know a little bit about how to have a successful marriage and what it's like to navigate those ups and downs and come out on the other side successful.
Yes. I had a good time with it.
Yes.
I've had a good time.
I've had a great time with it.
And we'd love to show you all the stuff that we did learn and what we can help you with.
So as I said, welcome back. Welcome. And we're talking about one of the most essential and often difficult parts of healing and attracting lasting love. We're talking about forgiveness.
You should always forgive.
Yes.
It's hard to sometimes. It's very hard to.
It is because we don't want to. We don't feel like it. So whether you're healing from a past relationship, a past breakup, or looking to strengthen your current one, today's episode will give you 5 powerful steps to forgive, to heal, to open the door to a deeper, healthier love, because that is what we want to not only normalize, but we want to experience a healthy, loving, long-lasting relationship.
That's right, T. So what we want to do is make sure we know that forgiveness isn't just about letting go of the past. It's about creating space for something new and beautiful. We've learned a lot about this over our 31 years of marriage. And today we want to share what we found when it comes to releasing old wounds and preparing your heart for lasting love.
Yes.
Because it wasn't easy. But it was something that was worth it, and it made our bond much stronger.
Definitely worth it. And yes, it's not easy because it's a mind shift thing. It's like when I want to lose weight, I know all I really have to do is, of course, you have to eat right. You have to drink plenty of water. Yeah. You have to get some sleep, the appropriate amount of sleep, and you have to, not fill your plate to the overflow. Actually have the right a plan, and you have to work out too.
Yes.
So but I have to tell myself, okay, girlfriend, you have slipped back into the old rut, and you have allowed 5 to come back. To get those 5 off and a little bit more off, you have to stay consistent doing these things. Yeah. But it's a mindset.
And I like to say it's just like in business, just like in your work, just like starting a business, you have to have a business plan.
Yes.
You have to have a business plan of what your goal is going to be, and then how you're going to achieve it, and then the expectations that you set with milestones to reach each one of those goals that you want to reach with your partner. And your partner has to know what the plan is and what the vision is for you to be able to achieve it, because if they believe in your vision and they believe in your goals, then it becomes both of your goals, both of your vision, and then where two or more gathered, or just like Oprah Winfrey said, when that was a soul food. One, and then the whole group can just, I don't know how, it's a long time. Soul food was a long time ago.
That's a good movie though.
That was a good movie.
But we have seen that forgiveness is one of the biggest steps toward personal healing. And we're going to talk about why, because you're like, forgiving, you know, I just want to stress that forgiving, making the decision to forgive and practicing forgiving when it comes up again does not mean that the other person who has harmed you is off the hook.
No.
It doesn't mean that what they did wasn't wrong. It doesn't mean that you are going to subject yourself to that nonsense again.
Right.
It doesn't mean that. But forgiveness is to free you. So with that in mind, we're going to talk about the first step in this 5 powerful steps to forgiving past relationship mistakes and attracting lasting love. Because all of this leads to attracting that lasting love, whether you're in a relationship now and you want to build it, or if you're actively looking, men, and you're trying to be found, women, you are going toward that route, lasting love.
You are.
So the first step is to acknowledge and own your mistakes. It starts with you.
So accountability.
Yes.
You have to own it. Your ownership of your own.
You have to own it. What did you do? Okay. You did it. What did you do? How did your actions play a part in this hurt? This is the hardest step, I believe. You know, looking at yourself. No one likes to look in the mirror and really see you. No one likes to go in prayer and say, you know, God, reveal to me those things that disgust you.
No, they don't.
No one wants to do that. So this is the hardest thing to do, but it's necessary for growth.
I agree.
We've all made mistakes. The Bible says we all come short to the glory of God. We've all sinned. We all fall.
We're not perfect.
We are not perfect.
No, it's important to look back and just reflect on what went wrong. You know, find the root cause, do the root cause analysis, understand what it is that caused that. Was it me? Was it something that I did? Because the first person you got to work on is going to be you.
Right.
So I have to look at myself and figure out, okay, is this me that is happening? Is it something that triggers me?
Right.
It's not about beating yourself up, but an understanding of how those moments shaped you. Because it could be something that you learned in your environment at home. Where you learned from your mother, your father, and just what you saw became what you are. Right. And then once you understand that, then you have to change that. I know Tanisha and I have had this throughout our marriage. Early on, we both made mistakes, especially those first 2 years, hard years. Oh my goodness, those first 2 years. But it's something that we had to own and we had to grow from them. We had to write them down, understand what they were, put that into our mental Rolodex. Rolodex. Wow.
Rolodex.
Put that into
a Rolodex.
Woo, let me put that into our computer.
Into your iPhone notes.
To your notes. Put that into your notes so that you understand exactly what it is, and then you just put that in your file cabinet so that you understand. Oh, this is what this is. This is why I do this. And then once you understand that, then you can grow. And without that, it's hard to move forward unless you understand what those things are that causes it. Is your triggers. Right. That you can change.
Yeah, that's so good. That the key is not to blame yourself.
You can't blame yourself.
We're not talking about blaming and getting on yourself. We're talking about recognizing, okay, this pattern in my life allowed this to happen.
So even if I'm wrong, dead wrong, it's not about blaming myself.
Right. It's not about getting on yourself.
It's understanding what it is.
Right.
And then working on that change.
So you can see what you need to change.
Like conviction and condemnation.
Yes.
So when the Lord looked at you and saw you, and He said, I forgive you for all your sins.
But don't sin no more.
But don't sin anymore. So now it's up to me not to look back at those other things, but understand what it was that I was doing.
Right.
And to make that change and move forward. I may stumble every once in a while, but I still don't look backwards. I look forward to making those changes.
Forward to making those changes.
That was good.
Yes.
I like
what Israel Houghton say, moving forward. Yes, that is the basis of that song. Okay. So yes, looking back to reflect and not beat up and blame.
No, don't beat up and blame.
But taking that action step. So let's talk about your action step right now. After this podcast episode, you're going to grab a journal. We love journals.
We love journals.
Okay? We love journals. And write down some of the mistakes that you've made in past relationships. And you're like, why is she looking everywhere? Because we're on several different camera.
There's a lot of cameras.
So we want you to get that journal. I have the perfect journal. He has lots of journals.
I do.
And
I love my journals. I love my writing down. I got whiteboards in this house everywhere.
Yes.
I have whiteboards.
He loves a whiteboard.
I can reach over to my left and there's a whiteboard.
We're not going to get that whiteboard and read on here. But a journal is even better because there's something that happens when you physically write it down. Yes, I'm an iPhone girl. I'm a texting girl, and I do put notes in my phone. But journaling is something that is more special because your brain does something. It helps you. It's like as you write on paper, it's making a pathway in your brain.
Wish I had your book, your 21 days journaling for a strong marriage.
I'll have it next time for you.
Yes.
But you want to write down some of the mistakes that you've made in past relationships.
Yes.
And then next to each one, you're going to reflect on what you've learned and how to apply that lesson moving forward. So growth is about learning from your experiences, not saying I wasted my time in this relationship. You learned something. Look back and see what it was that you learned, what you liked, what you needed, what your needs were, something. You've learned something. So you want to write that down and put it in your brain, your mental Rolodex.
Mental computer. Your mental notebook. There you go. Your mental notebook.
And that leads you to the next step. Forgiving yourself fully.
Forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself. Okay. That's our best English. Forgive yourself.
I don't need you to forgive me. I need me to forgive me.
And you know why? Why you're worthy of being forgiven? Because God has already forgiven you. He is in heaven, maintaining all the world. Concerned about everything that we do, say, and think, and making sure that the sun is still rising and setting and all this stuff is going on. But he has already forgiven you.
So you're saying he is our roadmap.
Yes.
And since he's forgiven us, we have to make sure that we forgive us.
We are forgivers too. If you are a believer in Jesus Christ, you're supposed to be like him. You're supposed to be your goal in life is to look, think, act, and speak just like him.
Yes.
So if he is forgiving, you ought to forgive. You ought to forgive out of your gratefulness of being forgiven. Because although you might say, well, so-and-so raped somebody and that's worse than me lying. In his eyes. I mean, just think about it. You have two children. One rapes somebody, one lies. You don't want either one.
I don't want either one, but
you don't want either one.
I'm just saying.
So forgive.
What am I forgiving? If we got to discuss, we'll table that one because I don't know if I can forgive that person. Grape.
We have to forgive grapes.
I have to work on my forgiving.
I'm
grapes
working on forgiving grapes. That's why I bought it up.
I think I would have to get me a 50
a rifle instead of a grape.
500 units of insulin. And find that person, and then I'll forgive him, her afterwards. But yeah, that's That's yeah. We're
That's
gonna
what the
talk about
flesh
that.
wants to do,
Yeah,
but we are to do
yes,
what
yes.
Jesus would like us to
We
do.
would like to, yes, step by step.
Step by step.
It's
It
a
is a
step by
step.
step.
It is a
Yes.
process.
Yeah.
I said at the beginning of the broadcast that forgiveness is a practice. It's practice. You talking about practice? Yes, we are talking about practice. Every time it comes up,
what we're gonna do is
you have to make the decision again.
We're gonna table that one.
Make the decision again.
We're gonna make a decision.
Make the decision again.
Because I'm telling you, right now, 500 units of insulin is capped at $35 right now.
Oh wow! You know what?
Do not do nothing.
That's his flesh talking. That's the flesh.
That is my flesh talking.
That's the flesh.
Yes, and I'm working through it.
Yeah, we're going to work through it.
But if you grape somebody,
yeah,
I'm getting 500 units of insulin.
Oh wow!
Yes. Right to the carotid.
That is what you
and
deserve.
You are going to, we'll talk about that too.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. You can build a healthy relationship with someone else if you're still holding on to baggage from your past.
This is the big one for us,
yourself.
evidently.
So we're going to talk about forgiving. So you got to forgive yourself first.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean you're excusing your mistakes. It means you're giving yourself permission to move forward and love yourself again.
Yes.
And we're gonna, like I said, we're tabling that other thing because that went too. So forgiving yourself is what's most important that you have to do. Because the first person you have to work on is not the other person, it's yourself.
You can only work on yourself. You can only change yourself.
You can't self-hate. You can't self-condemn. You can't convict yourself. You have to understand what it is, and you have to forgive yourself so that you can actually make a change.
Right. So you know, I know especially this may be harder for us women because we are nurturers and we're supposed to protect and we're supposed to, just nurture and love. And when we allow our decisions, our actions allow for something to happen where we're harmed, we tend to hold it against ourselves. But you don't want to guilt trip yourself. You don't want to hold on to the shame. If something has happened to you, it's not your fault necessarily because that person planned or, that person harmed you, so you want to forgive yourself fully. You want to begin to look in the mirror and tell yourself,
I am worthy.
You are worthy.
I am worthy.
You know why you're worthy? Because God said that you are worthy.
I am somebody. I am worthy of everything.
Of everything. So those affirmations, you need to say that to yourself on a daily basis so that you can forgive yourself. You can love yourself.
I can be somebody.
You deserve love and happiness.
I do. And nobody can tell me I don't.
Nobody should be able to tell you that you don't.
No.
Emotional freedom.
That's it. That is it. It's important. It's an important part of the process. When you forgive yourself, you free yourself and you create a new story. Like I always say, and trust me, you deserve that fresh start. You deserve to be the main character in your story. And that main character, nothing is impossible. You can do anything and everything that you want to because everything and all the blessings are yours to have. Create your story, write your narrative, write your story.
Right.
Understand what the greatest thing that you want. Write the end of your story first and then go back and put all the pieces together of all the stuff that is going to make it that way.
Right. Oh, that's good. That's a good action step. Write your story, write the ending. What do you want to
get your journal
to say?
Get your journal.
Yeah.
Write the end of your journal first.
Right.
This is all the stuff.
Your obituary. What do you want them to put down in there?
Not your obituary. Your celebration.
I mean, but
because it's your celebration of life.
Your celebration of life.
Write down your celebration of life. Yes. All the stuff that you want to do. What they're going to
say.
All the stuff that they're going to say. I was this. I was this. I became this. I did this. Write all your stuff down.
Right.
And then once you write it all down, all the stuff that you're going to become, turn to the first page and start your beginning. So you know what your ending is.
Yeah.
Now write your beginning. And then as you're going on, you're just filling it in. As you're going chapter by chapter to chapter. You are the main character of your life. You forgave yourself. You did all the stuff. Now it's time for you to achieve everything that you can.
Wow. Ladies, if you're listening and feeling like your past defines your future, no, I want you to say out loud, I forgive myself.
Yes.
I am worthy of love.
Release your past hurt and resentment and begin again.
Yes. Release your past hurt and resentment and begin again.
And begin again. Write that new chapter of your life. In fact, write your new book. It is time to begin your own book.
What's the girls on?
Write your new book. Write it over again. Start it off.
I love that. That's a very important part of the process of healing and attracting love, because I always say it has to be two healthy people in a relationship, not someone who's broken and this person has to fix this person all the time, or vice versa.
I'm gonna revert here. Hold on. I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho.
Y'all remember that song?
I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho. It's not my job to be, honey, are you all right? No. That's not how this works.
I mean, don't get it twisted. He does say, honey, are you all right? We both say, honey, are you all right?
Yes, we do. But it's not my job to go out and try to find somebody broken so I can recreate them into the image that I want them in. They have to create themselves into the image of God. Yes, and who they truly are.
Right.
Not who I want them to be.
Right.
Because it's not about saying, girl, I see so much potential in you. No, she has to see that potential in herself.
Y'all need to check that episode out.
That's it.
We need to do an episode on potential.
Is a hoe?
What?
Captain Save-A-Ho.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good song.
Wow.
That's bad.
Okay.
It's at Oakland. Anyway.
Step number 3.
Yes, release past hurt and resentment. Yes.
Oh my gosh. You have to release it. You have to release it.
Yeah.
And you have to make a choice. And I know this is difficult.
It is difficult.
I mean, I'm going to speak for myself. It took me
it's hard to forgive yourself.
Years to not forgive myself. I forgave myself. I'm talking about the other person, the person who did the harming.
Oh, the hurt. And resentment.
But once I understood, hey, God has freely forgiven you. What he has given you, you should freely give. I was reminded of that this morning in my devotion time when I was reading, and it was in the book of Matthew. I think it was chapter 9. It was talking about how the guy was like owing so much money to the ruler, and he begged and said, don't sell me and my wife and kid. I'll get it for you. And he had pity on him. So he said, you know what? The debt's been forgiven. And then he goes around the corner and sees somebody who owes him something.
He starts yelling at him, beating
him, and puts him in prison. And then the people told on him. And then the ruler says, man, I had compassion on you. I had pity on you. And then you turned around and put someone else in jail. So now you're in jail. And
I got another. How about this? You're driving your car. Somebody cuts you off.
Ooh.
And you get all mad at them. You're like, you cussing at them, and they're just driving along. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
They live in free rent in your head. That is what resentment is. And it builds bitterness. That person cut me off. You mad all day about this one. You're telling everybody.
I don't even know you.
You know what he did. You know what he did. All day long. You just mad. You mad. And that person just going on with their life, living their best life. And that's what resentment is. You're mad at that person or what they did to you. You're thinking about it all day, all year.
Living rent
for
free.
10 years. You get married. You still holding a grudge against that person, which makes you hold a grudge against the person you're married, is you can't release your full self because you've held on to it. And that person isn't even thinking about you.
That part.
That person is not even thinking about you because they live in their life. Right. They live in their best life as their main character, and you ain't part of it. So now you, like I said, be your own character, be your own main character. Forget all those other things, all those hurt, resentments, all the things that have been done to you, because those people aren't even thinking about you.
Wow.
They're not even thinking about you.
Yeah, you can't hold on to anger and betrayal or disappointment in your current relationship or your past relationship. It only keeps you tied to the past. It only keeps you tied to the pain.
Yeah, if you have a problem with it, write down what happened to you. Write down a letter to that person, or write down an email to that person that did it to you, and all the stuff and how you felt.
Say everything you
want to say. Use the words that you want to use.
But don't send that email.
Don't send it.
Don't send that letter.
Print it out. You got it.
Print it out.
Look at it.
Burn it.
Look at it. Then burn it. And give it to the Lord. Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Cast your cares, get everything.
Yes.
All that's done. I said my piece. I ain't got to tell them.
Right. That is your closure.
They don't care what you care. That just gives them more ego of what they had.
Right.
So don't give them the
that
satisfaction.
Gives them more power over them.
Yes. Don't give them the satisfaction.
Yeah.
Write it down, burn it, get rid of it, go on with your life.
Go on with your life.
Writing your own story.
You're right. That's good. Letting go of resentment is huge, but I tell you, when you do it, it is freeing. It is freeing. And not only is it freeing for you, people can see it. And that's one of the exercises we put into How to Find Your True Soulmate. One of the books that we have released, that we wrote together, and it's on our Stand store. Yes. Yeah, and it'll be on our TikTok store in a little bit. And it will be in a paperback also next week from Amazon. Ooh. That's it. And you can get the free copy of the first chapter right now. It's downloading quick. Yeah. It is downloading quick. You need to get that. Get that first chapter, how to find your true soulmate, and get this exercise of what to do and how to do it, to forgive. Yes. And to move forward. Let that resentment go. Let the resentment go. Let it go. It's my grandbaby's song for Frozen. For her third birthday. Oh, let it go. Even the baby knows at 3. Let it go. Yeah. Let it go. Step number 4 to forgiving past relationship mistakes and attracting lasting love is. It's all about building emotional resilience through self-love. Yes. You have to love yourself. Let me put a plug right here, because Jesus himself said that this one thing, actually it's 2, but it's 2 in 1. It's 2 sides to one coin. Fulfills all the prophet and the laws. It basically does what God designed for us to do. Well, tell me. Love the Lord with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. The key in there is that everybody glances over. They're thinking about loving your neighbor, but it says as yourself. You gotta love you. Gotta forgive yourself and love yourself. If you don't love you, you can't love other people, because you don't know how to give that love. You don't know how to do it, because if you did, you'd be doing it for yourself. Like I said, the one thing I love, and I'll post this every once in a while: treat yourself. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Mean love you. Be nice to you. Vacations. Yes. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Candy. Treat yourself. Diamonds. Treat yourself. A bath, please do. Treat yourself. Please treat yourself with a bath. Spa day. Floss your teeth, okay? Well, that's a whole different topic, but okay. Calm down. But treat yourself. Treat yourself. Floss your teeth so you can treat other people. Sometimes y'all breath be kicking. I just be like, ooh, breath mint. Ooh. Jordan. That's the part of attracting lasting love as well. Yes, you have to have great hygiene. Yes, but anyway. Yes. As we said before, you have to love yourself. Yes. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated, and then treat your neighbor the way that you want to be treated. Yeah, because if you recognize your worth, you can recognize someone else's worth. Yeah, because who's better to give to than yourself? Right. Right. And we're not talking about selfishness. We're not talking about I'm giving to myself and neglecting someone else. No, that's not how you attract lasting love. Everyone can see when you're selfish. Yes. We're not talking about being selfish. We're talking about treating yourself with love and respect. And doing so to other people. Jesus also said that you are to treat people the way you want to be treated. So if you want forgiveness, then you should extend it. If you would like mercy, then you should extend that. If you need grace, then you should extend it. Follows you all. What does that mean? Grace and mercy is always with you. Right. So are you giving it to other people? If you don't love yourself, how can you expect someone else to love you in a healthy way? Ooh. Because you can't, you don't recognize it. Right. If I can't recognize love and respect because I don't see it in myself, right? How can I receive it? How can people trust that someone loves them? Because they don't understand it. Because they don't understand it. It's foreign to them. Yeah.
It's another language, something that they don't understand.
So all those sitcoms, not sitcoms or whatever they're called, reality TV shows that I don't watch, when they're on there and they're doing all this toxic stuff. I don't watch reality TV.
You don't. You just watch Sisters. That's
not reality TV. Reality TV is
anyway. Go on.
But anyway, the toxicity.
That's like 10 years ago. Anyway, go on.
The toxicity.
Yes, 90 days.
That's still out. That's still out.
Anyway, go on.
The toxicity that we see in relationships in society today. Girls, what they call clapping back to the men out in public. And I'm not talking about being a doormat.
No.
But I'm talking about mutual respect. I'm talking about mutual affection and
boundaries. Understand what's appropriate.
Right.
What makes sense? Why are you trying to
loving yourself?
It's not clowning. Clowning people is not loving yourself.
Right.
Clowning people is to get attention, so other people can see it. Because if it's behind closed doors, you not going like this to that person.
I think they are.
No, sometimes because they just don't. They don't have those boundaries.
They don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but self-love is so important. Self-love will make you create boundaries. Self-love will, when you love yourself, you have those boundaries.
Tell them how you practice self-love in the morning. How do you do it?
Well, first of all, I'm spending time with God because that's the one who loves me. And that's where I get my worth from. And because I'm reading the word and seeing what his love really means, now I have a picture to see who else is loving me.
Yes.
So is this relationship healthy based on this right here? If it's not, then I need to move on because I love myself too much to put myself in that position to be treated that way.
That's right. And then for those who aren't at that level as of yet, start with your affirmations. 5 minutes of affirmations every day that you're worthy of that.
You are worthy.
You understand who you are and what you are. And then finally, you'll understand who your source is.
Right.
But you first have to understand that you are worthy. You were created for a greater purpose.
Created for love.
You're created for love.
Peace.
For peace.
Yes.
You are somebody's soulmate. You are somebody's soulmate. But if you don't love yourself, it's going to be hard to recognize who that soulmate is.
Right. And you can't attract them if you don't love yourself. If you can't love yourself, your mate can't even see you.
Well, you attract those things that are in your mind because you're building faith for it.
That's true.
So if you build faith for deception, fear, self-hate,
that's what you're going to get. You're going to
get that same thing
type of person
because that's what you're building faith for.
Ooh,
so
say that again.
Well,
y'all better write that down.
Loathing, self-hate, dismissiveness, anger, self-doubt,
resentment, bitterness.
If that's all that you build faith for, that's what you're going to get.
That's what you're going to attract.
That's why people who are in abusive relationships, they start to accept that. So when they leave that, what they see and recognize is that same thing. And that's why they attract that. You have to change your mindset so that you no longer attract that to you, or that person doesn't see that. Because the person who does that is attracted to those type of people. So they're going to look for those type of people that they can do that to.
Wow. Okay. If y'all didn't get anything else, please get that. Okay.
You got to change it.
You got to change that.
You want to attract what we want.
You want to attract your soulmate because God created someone just for you.
Just for you.
Just for you.
He knew you before you were formed in the belly of your mama.
Yes.
He knew you.
And he prepared somebody.
No matter all the things that have happened. It says the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That means everything that happened to you, if it was negative growing up in life, was not your part.
Yes, yeah.
It's not for you. You deserve better than that.
Right.
And if you deserve better than that, you just have to understand what you deserve and why you deserve it.
Right.
And then you start attracting those things that you want, that you're looking for. And then you attract that. That's what's going to come to you because it's a magnet. You attract those things that are you, that you exude. That's what I say. If you want finances, you go around people who have finances.
Right.
If you want to be successful, you go around people who are successful. If you want to make a higher income, you hang around with people that have a higher income. If you want to be low, you hang around those things that you become.
So check your circle. Who are you hanging around? Are you hanging around somebody who's broke or who talks broke? Their mouth is always talking negative
or
and
on somebody. Their mouth is always on somebody.
They're always talking about, gossiping about people. Who are you around? Are they building you up? Are they positive? Are they speaking the word of God? Are they speaking good things? Are they talking about doing good things?
Because that's your soul. Those become your soulmates, and that becomes your attraction. And those are the people that come to you.
Those are the people that you attract.
That's right.
We've got one more step, babe.
Well. Attracting a true soulmate.
Yes.
So that's the whole goal of today, is to attract your true soulmate and understand what it is and what it takes in order to do it.
Right.
So step 5.
Step 5. Intentions. What are your intentions? You have to go out with an intention. You don't just haphazardly go throughout your day.
No.
But what are your intentions set on? You know, number one, it should be glorifying God if you are a child of the King.
Yes.
So your intent should be, as I walk through this life today, I'm going to glorify Him. How do you glorify Him?
Yes.
In my actions, in my speech, in my thoughts, and what I'm exuding and what I'm attracting.
So like I say, this here program, we are childs of God. We're childs of God. But everything that we teach is fundamental to the world.
Yes.
So even if you are not a child of God, it is still fundamental how the world works.
It's a law, whether you like it or not.
Attraction is attraction. Soulmate is soulmate. No matter what you follow, what your source is, you will receive that.
Right.
So this step is crucial, because without clarity about being the kind of love you want, you have to be clear about what kind of love you want, which you can easily repeat old patterns if you're not clear.
That's true.
So if you're not clear what you want, and you start not being consistent
or intentional,
you'll get those same old things that you were attracting before.
You'll slip right back into it, so and you don't want to do that.
When you set your intentions, you're telling the universe exactly what you're ready for.
Yes.
When you set your intentions, you are telling the world what you are expecting for you.
Yes, you got to speak what you want.
So hang with who you
Mark
hang.
11:23.
And that's what we are. We are mentors for you. So if you need something, if you need guidance, you need wisdom, 31 years of marriage, baby. 31 years of marriage. We are your intention. We help you set what that is. That's why we wrote How to Find Your True Soulmate. So you have these reasons and the way that you go. We have 4 editions coming out soon.
So this book is so big, it's broke up into 4
different sections, and each one of the sections will break it down. Like I said, it's part of our whole strong marriage onboarding process, and the whole thing encompasses everything that you would deal with in marriage and relationships, from the rooter to the tutor.
What movie is that? Put that in the chat.
To the tutor. But it takes you through everything. It shows you how to find your true soulmate. Questions that you ask them, that you work on together. It gives you all the tools that you could ever want in order to understand who you are, what you are, and what you can have, and then match up that same type of person and attract them. You want money, you hang around money. You want success, you hang around success. You want godliness, you hang around people who follow the word of God.
Yes.
We are your mentors. Give us a call, reach out to us, find us on our Facebook page. Our Instagram page, whatever,
our website. But you have ample ways to reach out to us. And of course, if you would like us to personally mentor you in marriage or business, then
because leadership is marriage, people.
Yes.
Leadership is marriage.
We do have a exclusive community that we have just started in celebration of our 31 years of marriage. And we would be honored.
And we have all levels of what you're looking for. And
singles, engaged, married couples.
The clarity will help you attract a relationship that aligns with your values and your vision for your future. Like I said, the main character of this book. Now let's just write it out.
All right. So for our listeners today, or our viewers, we encourage you to take time after this episode to journal about your ideal relationship. Write it down so you know what your vision is. How do you want to feel in that relationship? Write it down. What values are non-negotiable for you?
Non-negotiable. We're not going, no, this is the way it's going
I got to have this, or this is not a relationship. Be specific, because when you know what you want, you won't settle for anything less.
No, not at all. Not at all. And hang with the people who are going to improve you, who are doing better than you.
We're going to improve.
Your circle has to change.
Right.
Your circle has to change. If you want to have the relationship that you want, hang around with people who have the relationship that you want to be like.
Right. So speaking of hanging around with people that you want your relationship to be like, we're planning to have some marriage meetups.
Oh, yeah.
It's a part of our exclusive community that
because we have our date nights now that we show.
Yeah, right now we just show you our date nights and what we like to do and how easy it can be, but how important it is. But when these steps, you'll be able to go on a date with. We have a little bit of teaching, fellowship, a good time.
Our cruise next year.
Hey,
we'll have our cruise next year. We're
going to go on a cruise. I mean, we're just going to have fun, and that's what you need to do.
Follow our example.
Yeah,
that's what you have to do. If they say fake it till you make it, it's not fake it till you make it. Do your ideal until it becomes a habit.
That's good. It has to be a habit.
It has to be a habit.
So today we talked about forgiveness, self-love, and intention setting being the keys to preparing yourself for the love that you deserve. That's how you attract that lasting love. By following the 5 steps that we gave to you today, you're clearing the way for healthy, fulfilling, loving relationships.
Yes. And this works with everybody.
Everybody.
So go to our stand.store/Chris Zariah.
Let's see if I can get that on the screen.
And then,
there we go.
Yeah, or check out our Amazon, but grab the book. Get the first chapter at least.
First chapter is free.
Read the first chapter, How to Find Your True Soulmate, Book 1, A Journey to Healing, Self-Love, and Lasting Love. Find those tools. Just that first chapter is a lot to learn from.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, the book right now is just $15. I don't, you get pushed to say, oh, don't say the price. Whatever. The book right now is at a cheap price because normally the book is running a lot more than that. But go take a look at it. Understand what it is. Understand how it can help you. And like I said, become that main character that you want to be, and find your true soulmate.
Yes, because we can testify. It is a blessing. I was just saying last night as we laid our head on the pillow, literally. I was like, wow, I am so grateful, that I have you.
I'm grateful I have you.
But I was just like reflecting on it. I was like, man, this is a blessed life.
Yes.
To be with someone who I won't get choked up. We're going to end this thing now.
Yeah. It grows and becomes who you are. Your family becomes who you are, because you're not where you were, but you're definitely not where you're going to be. But the first thing you got to do is just start.
Yeah.
The first thing, hey.
I'm Coach Tanisha.
I'm Coach Chris.
And we're here reminding you that you really can have the marriage of your dreams. You just need the tools to build it.
Now take on the day. Take care, guys.
Oh, I love it. I love it.